Loren!
Hi guys! So on December 9th, a Charlie Brown Christmas celebrated its 50th anniversary. It was the first Peanuts TV special, based off a popular comic series created by Charles M. Schulz. The special follows Charlie Brown and the whole Peanuts gang as they figure out what the true meaning of Christmas is, and try and put together a Christmas pageant.
Actually, Lucy, my trouble is Christmas. I just don't understand it.
In an effort to help with the pageant, Charlie is given the job of getting the Christmas tree. But as always, Charlie Brown is just he's not having a good day because everybody is upset when he chooses a very sad looking little fir tree.
You are supposed to get a good tree. Can't you even tell a good tree from a poor tree?
But after a stirring speech from Linus, the gang gets together and gives the tree a little bit of love, and they finish the special with a rousing version of Hark the Herald Angels Sing. But since the special has been on for 50 years, you've probably seen it. I'm probably just rehashing what you already know. So after a little bit of internet research, I decided that I was going to share little known facts about A Charlie Brown Christmas. Did you know that most of the voice actors were cast from kids in the director's neighborhood? True, there were a few professional child actors, like the actor for Charlie Brown and Linus and Lucy, but the majority of them had zero experience with voice acting. And some of the child actors were so young that they couldn't even read yet.
I can't memorize something like this so quickly. Why should I be put through such agony?
It's reported that Kathy Steinberg, the voice of Sally Brown, Charlie Brown's little sister, actually had to be fed word for word, line for line, some of her parts. I actually like it. I think it makes it more of an authentic child voice versus adults putting on a child voice, but sometimes it's a pretty choppy delivery.
All I want is what I have coming to me. All I want is my fair share.
None of the child actors are given credit in the end titles. Believe it or not, they wanted to insert a laugh track throughout the whole special. Apparently, it was common practice in the 60s to put a laugh track in specials to give a cue to the audience of when a joke was said. But Charles Schulz refused to let CBS put a laugh track in, which upset many executives because they thought it would make the special more awkward than it already was. And speaking of awkward specials, when the final project was screened for network executives, they thought it was going to be a flop.
I told you we'd goof it up.
Many of them were quoted in saying that we're going to put it up one year and we'll probably never air it again. And producers thought that they ruined Charlie Brown forever, that they thought this special was going to ruin Charles Schulz's career, which that turned out to be completely false. It is the second longest running TV special behind Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. And to date, there are 45 Peanuts TV specials. But one of the things that makes this special so beloved after all these years is Linus's speech, where he quotes Luke 2, 8 through 14. Charles Schulz was a devout Christian, and he insisted that there be religious overtones in the final project. However, the producers were very hesitant to put those aspects in, even to the point of considering cutting Linus's speech completely. The producers were concerned that sponsors would be scared away due to the narrow audience the special was catering to. But it didn't seem to scare off CocaCola, who was a major sponsor of the special for the first couple years. In the opening scene where Snoopy is whipping Linus around using his blanket, Linus crashes into a sign. In some versions, that's completely cut out, and in other versions, the sign has been relabeled as danger. But in fact, it used to be a Coca-Cola advertisement. And Coca-Cola was mentioned in the opening titles as well as the ending credits. Another aspect of the special that makes it so special is its music. Vince Guaraldi's holiday-infused jazz has become iconic. However, Charles Schulz was not a fan. He actually hated jazz. But after actually listening to Guaraldi's pieces, he insisted that he be involved in the project because he really loved how the music made the soundtrack feel childlike and bubbly. We all know Linus and Lucy, which is the theme for the Peanuts, but Christmas Time is Here is the other original song featured in A Charlie Brown Christmas. The lyrics were written by producer Lee Mendelson and sung by his son Glenn and his 6th grade class.
Christmas time is here, happiness and cheer.
And production was rushed. It was actually finished 10 days before the special premiered. And most of the action sequences feature Snoopy because he was the easiest to animate. This was due to the large heads of the Peanuts characters. But this is the most fascinating fact of all, for me personally. I've probably watched A Charlie Brown Christmas every single one of my 28 Christmases. But I recently read an article that talked about Linus dropping his blanket.
You think you're so smart with that blanket. What are you gonna do with it when you grow up? And get rid of that stupid blanket. What's a Christmas shepherd gonna look like holding a stupid blanket like that?
Well, this is one Christmas shepherd who's going to keep his trusty blanket with him.
In his iconic speech where he recites Luke 2, when he gets to verse 10, he drops his security blanket.
And they were sore afraid. And the angel said unto them, Fear not, for behold, I bring you tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people. For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, which is Christ the Lord.
And I think that's the pure message of this special, is that it's all about God, and that he came and gave us good tidings of great joy. And this is a special that I can play for my children and my children's children. So here's to another 50 years. Now it's time for the Star Wars Advent Calendar! Yay! December 16. Let's build this thing. All right, so it's some sort of cruiser. I don't really recognize what it's from. And it has these like cool fins on it. I'm the musical nurse. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye!